Dear students, I hope so I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, thank you. I am Dr. G. N. Vivekananda from CSC Department, Madanapalli Institute of Technology and Science. I hope so you guys are fine and safe. Guys, be interactive, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Dear students, faculty, and the dignitaries, a warm welcome for all of you to the webinar on trends of AI in different disciplines and placement opportunities, conducted by Madanapalli Institute of Technology and Science, Department of CSC, in collaboration with the Black Buck Engineers. It's really an opportunity to learn amidst this pandemic, and our condolences to the divine souls departed in this pandemic. I thank correspondent Vijay Bhaskar Chaudhary sir, Principal Yuvraj sir, HOD CSC Kalpana madam for permitting to conduct this webinar with the collaboration with the Black Bucks. Now I would like to introduce today's speakers. Anuradha ma'am. I hope so you can see Anuradha ma'am. She has more than 25 years of experience. Hi ma'am. And she worked for MNCs including Microsoft, Wipro and Satyam. She is an ISP graduate and successful entrepreneur, speaker and mentor. Her passion lies in bringing the world-class education closer to the students. She is also a committee member of the Andhra Pradesh AP and was invited by the President of India to take part in the innovation design policy for addressing the current problems in the current country's innovation system. Currently, she is the CEO of Black Buck Engineers. And Mr. Rajkumar is a IIT Hyderabad graduate having 6 years of experience in expanding multiple early stages startups, worked from business development to the director level. And in the view of our institute slogan, Shraddhavan Labate Jnanam, I hope so you guys will make use of this session and attain knowledge. Now I request the speakers to kindly take over the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Vivekananda sir. It was a fantastic start of the session. I have to tell you, like, this is the first time I've been doing the sessions from past 2 months rigorously, speaking to a lot of students and a lot of colleges. And this is the first time somebody has included a very relevant condolences also when we start off. So really very great way to start off the session. Thank you for the kind introduction also, sir. And somebody is saying sound in. Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when did I stop? Actually, I was thanking Vivekananda sir. Was that audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay, all right, fine. So also thank Dr. N. Vijay Bhaskar Garu, who is the chief patron, and Dr. Yuvraj Garu, who is the principal, and Kalpana ma'am, who is the HOD, and of course Vivekananda Garu, who has really given a very good kickstart to this session. And as sir has mentioned, let's all make this very interactive. Before I start off, I want to tell all of you, please keep yourself on mute. And any questions that I ask, please type your answers in the chat box. And if you don't type in the chat box, I might tell the same things that you already know. So please make it more interactive. If you don't know something, please type immediately no, so that we can discuss this during the session. All right. So let me share my screen. Okay, here is first question to you. What is the superpower you want? Fly in the sky, read people's minds, go back in the history and see people. So type your option, 1 or 2 or 3. Invariably two. Everybody wants to read people's minds. Okay. Some people are saying three, and one or their three is falling down, falling here and there. But invariably, most of you are saying two. Okay. So, okay, let's fix that as most of the people, probably 80% students want to read people minds. Okay. Now you are able to read people mind. You are able to read people minds. So if you are able to read the mind of very close person, very who you love so much, your brother, your sister, your mother, father, you know what they want. When you read people minds, you know what they want. What will you do? You know, you read the people mind, you understand your brother's mind or a sister's mind. Now you know what they want. What will you do for your brother or sister when you read their mind? Why is voice not audible? Somebody is saying voice not audible. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
I'm audible. Try your, Selma, try your, look at your own connection because I'm audible. So try to make it happen. Try to give them what they need, give them what they need, do what they want. Of course, yes, we want to do all these things. So now, okay, now, you know, this seems to be really magical and fantastic, right? We want all this. Read people mind, and probably if we know the persons who we love so much, we know what they want, try to give them, solve their problem. Does it seem fantastic and magical? Okay, does it seem fantastic and, you know, some magical thing? Yes? Yes. Okay, guys, but what is happening is that magic is already happening. That magic is already happening. Somebody is reading your mind and doing what you want. Somebody is reading your YouTube favorite list. Somebody knows what you want to listen next. Flipkart knows what you want to buy next. Right? Instagram knows what you like to see. Everything, even if you're buying something online, probably that's not very popular in Madanpalli, but people buy even groceries online here. So grocery stores know what I will buy, when I will buy, everything they will know. In advanced countries, they will also know how much of energy I will use. They will know if my birthday is coming, there will be a party and there is more electricity used. Everybody knows everything. Everything that we are doing right now, yeah, that's technology, that's machine learning. They are knowing whatever you want to do, like a fantastic thing or a magic, they are doing already using technology. Okay, so right now, Jio or Airtel or whatever connection you are having, they are reading us. Zoom is reading us. That's the power of Google. It's not just Google. Google is most powerful, true, because everybody goes through that. Google is most powerful, but it's not just Google. Everybody is reading. Facebook is doing its work. Twitter is doing its work. Flipkart is doing its work. Even medical supplies people are doing work. Healthcare people are doing their own work. Everybody, manufacturing, agriculture, sports, even sports betting happens with the help of data. Okay, so we are in a world already driven by those magical things which were just some kind of, you know, some kind of fantasy. When what people used to have some kind of fantasy is happening at the moment right now. If you're watching TV, somebody is collecting the data in the form of TRP. If you are listening now, somebody is collecting data. If you are listening to music in JioSaavn or Wink or Spotify, whatever you guys use, you don't use like what we use, no, just YouTube I use, but all the young people use so many different things. Because why you are drawn towards certain, not YouTube, but you like, say, Spotify? Why you like? Because they read your mind better than YouTube. They know how to impress you. Yeah, to gain profit. Yes, they need people, they need eyeballs. They want you to see them. They need them. They need us. Okay. So Dinesh and all of you, thank you so much for answering, because in my previous sessions, people don't answer so fast. You're all answering very well, very fast. Okay. So every person, every media, every company is taking data. That's where we are in. And that is today's session. What is artificial intelligence and how they are, what are their applications? Where are they are? And what is their use? How much we have to understand that, how much we have to learn that. All these things we'll go step by step in a short while. So if you have seen there are some headlines also, artificial intelligence headlines, and so there is so much of jokes going on. So very recently I have heard a joke saying that two artificial AI robots were talking to each other. They have invented their own language and Facebook has stopped that project, things like that actually. So another was like, another one was which you read on this, Alexa was laughing unexpectedly. So how many of you use Alexa or Siri? Anybody, any one of you use Alexa or Siri? Govardhan, I'm sorry, Govardhan, but I'm audible to many people. You're, okay, fine. So Alexa and Siri, what they will do, you talk and it will listen, understand and do that work. I can say, okay, just call Navyasri, it will call up. Call Praveen Kumar, it will call up. Okay, so these things, these computers are so advanced now. They can understand my language, they can understand your language, your voice, my voice, so many variations, right? So anybody who is lifting their hand, if you have any question which is very specific, I have to answer now, type it there. Otherwise, we can have those discussions at the end of the session. Okay. So, okay, Google. Fine. So you have all these things already taken over. This world is taken over by all these people. There will be mistakes. Even when I have started, there used to be so many bad mistakes in autocorrection. When we are typing, just 5 or 6 years back or 7, 8 years back, if you allow autocorrection, then nothing is understandable in that sentence. It used to be like that. But now, if you allow autocorrection, it perfectly comes well. So you cannot laugh at this artificial intelligence. They are all evolving. They are evolving at a very, very fast pace. So they say speed, right? Speed can be constant. Speed can be accelerating. But what developments are happening in artificial intelligence world, you just can't, even the acceleration is accelerating. Okay, so much of innovation is happening every day in all artificial intelligence companies. So how do we know? Do we know those? Do we know what is happening every month, at least every month once? Do you know what development, how the world has moved forward? We don't know. We have to keep a track about what is happening, because by the time you pass out, world would have been changed totally by these technologies. Okay, so AI services are with us already. Lift is going to have AI service. AC is going to have AI service. Fridge is going to have AI service. Everywhere there will be artificial intelligence. So before we go into further details, next 2 to 3 minutes, we will understand what is industry revolution. Okay, so industry revolution happened, industry revolution 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 industrial revolutions that has happened. So do you know what is industry revolution? I will explain C programming. I will explain, but let's just stick to the topic that we are here today. Okay. So I just asked you a question. Industry revolution 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody, Saini says yes. Programs very difficult. New resolution, new form of industries. Growth and improvement in industries, revolution, change in industry. Okay, so you are telling me in very broad terms you are telling, but there is one story for industry revolution, one story for 2, story for 3, story for 4. Let us see what each of these stories say. Okay, so just hold on with your answers because they are a little bit broad. Industry revolution 1 happened way back. What is that industrial revolution? Before industrial revolution happened, people used to make small things like toys, rugs, maybe saris, dhotis, pickles, all these things they used to make with hand. Nagamalleswar Reddy, hold on. I will definitely tell, even if everybody leaves, I will tell you how to improve C programming. Okay, just wait on. Let us stick to the topic. Okay, so first, when everybody is making with hands, they are making everything with hands, toys or all these things. How many they can make in a week? Maximum 1 they can make. If they are really very good saris, even now they make for 1 month or more than that. Okay, so they can make maximum of things that are usable in our everyday life, 1 in a week. And also who I will sell. Once I make this, who I will sell in my village. And at most I'll go in a cycle to my neighboring village and sell there. Maximum that one I will do. But what happened is Industry Revolution 1, that time when we call Industry Revolution 1 is because steam engine was invented. Why steam engine 1 was called Industry Revolution 1? Why is it so big? That's because people started traveling from place to place. From here to across anywhere in the country. Everywhere they used to go. Whatever they want, they can go and buy. Whatever they want, raw material, they can go buy and make it at home. Sell it here, sell outside, make lots of money. You can do all these things. So that is what is Industry Revolution 1. Industry Revolution 1 is that it has changed the entire world. From that time onwards, there is no looking back. Only things improved. Instead of selling in the country or selling outside the country also. There is no looking back. That kind of change is called Industry Revolution. Next came Industry Revolution 2. What is Industry Revolution 2? Industry Revolution, now that I can bring a lot of things. Now I'm in Hyderabad, there is no coastal line. How do I make salt? Coastal line is not there. How do I make salt? Now I can travel, go buy salt, get all the things together. I can make pickle and sell. Okay, how much pickle I can make? I can make in one week, 1 bottle, 2 weeks, 5 bottles, 6 bottles I can sell. But what happened? Mass production has started. Mass production and factories started making 10,000 in a day, 20,000 in a day. They just can make 10,000 saris in a day. This much they can make. That's mass production. From there onwards, we never looked back again. Only production improved. We never are going back to make 1 in a week, 2 in a week, unless it is exquisite. Okay. So in less time, more work is done. That is true, Fardin. So you are doing so much, multiply by 10,000, that much you are doing. That has changed the world again. That is Industry Revolution 2. What's Industry Revolution 3? You have to quickly tell me. Somebody has told me already also this one. What is Industry Revolution 3, which has changed everything, and we are not going back anytime very soon. We are not going back, not anytime very soon. We are never going back. Without that, we can't live. That kind of situation it has brought. Of course, mobiles, electricity. Electricity was there quite early. Before that, digital revolution, internet, mobile, all these answers are right. So Industry Revolution 3 is your computers, or which also includes your laptops, computers, communication technologies, like the GSM was first, then GPRS, 3G, 4G, now 5G, these communication technologies, and then computers, communication technologies, and internet. Of course, yes. Yadgiri, it is true. So all these things together are Industry 3. From there, we are never going, as human race, we are never going back. We are going to be like this. Now, Industry Revolution 4. is where we are already in, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. All these things, all the data that you store are saved in some place that is called cloud. Now you are saving at a place, you have to be security. You have to give security to that. That is cyber security. So all these technologies are not going anywhere. You all have to pass in a world where this is already there. If you do not know all these things, it is like a horseman or a bullock cart rider, bullock cart driver. He is learning bullock cart in a world where everything is moved in cars. It's like that. If you do not pass out with learning these technologies, then it is like you are passing out. A bullock cart driver is in a world of all cars. It's like that. So now we have established that it is very essential for all of you to learn artificial intelligence, data science, and machine learning before you pass out. That's point number 1. You have to note down in your notebooks for today's session. You have to learn. Okay. Now go to the next one. Look at this. Look at the numbers. This is a little bit old one, but they're saying 2.3 million jobs by end of 2021 in artificial intelligence. Many of these AI jobs will come to us. IoT and what is use of it, Internet of Things. I'll explain that also. So next is lot of jobs are coming, but lot of jobs are going also. Same like the bullock cart. You can't cry that bullock cart jobs are going when cars are coming. You just have to move forward. There are new jobs, maybe car drivers, new jobs are there. Similarly, AI will come, jobs will go, but new jobs will come. You have to be prepared for that kind of jobs. Okay, very unique and viable career opportunities come. Just like, you make a Google car, you make an autonomous or auto driving car you make, then probably for every few days, just like you have to fill your petrol, or just like every few days there is an update in your Windows platform, your AI engine also will be updated on that. So artificial intelligence is not one time. It has to learn. Like just like you are learning every day, AI machine also will learn every day. Okay. Okay. So anywhere you have really very good opportunities related to artificial intelligence. So what are the strengths, weaknesses, threats of artificial intelligence? What are the strengths? Strength is number of tools and technologies are there. You have to learn all these technologies, but AI is not just a small stream. It is big stream, and you can choose any part of the big stream. Okay. And you also, if you are very good at data science, then also you come under this umbrella. Okay. And a lot of things that you have to build is your algorithmic thinking more than your tools and techniques. I know Python, or I know Python doesn't matter for artificial intelligence. Say, for example, it is like you have to write poetry. If you have to write poetry, pencil is not enough. You should have that mind of understanding surroundings. You have to grab details about the surroundings. Then you should know words, how to put them properly. You should have all these things to put a poetry. The pen is not enough. Similarly, Python is not enough. You should know algorithms. You should know math. You should know so much of things to be able to be an AI engineer. Python is just a tool, like pencil for poetry. Python is just a tool, which is 10% of your learning. It is just 10% of AI learning. Okay. Next, what are the weaknesses? Okay. So what everybody says you is, I will teach you AI and they will teach you just Python. So you will be misguided a little bit related to AI. So just think about when somebody is telling, I will teach you AI, you have to look at the syllabus. Are they teaching mathematical backgrounds? Are they teaching algorithms? Are they teaching automation? All these things you will have to see. Okay, so opportunities are great every place. Every place you will get AI opportunities. So why is AI transformational? AI is not just another technology. Say if it is Java or .NET, you can learn in 30 days. You can see advertisements also. Java in 30 days, .NET in 30 days, like that you can see. AI is not like that. AI needs some strong background, and AI is going to change entire world, because you might be very soon seeing clones of you who will behave just like you. You might be seeing just clones of you. Where this will take, how anybody will use artificial intelligence. AI is artificial intelligence. So this is a good question. John Hyde is a good question here. He says, how much period of years AI will persist according to you, ma'am? So as I said, once we are there, we are not looking back. That is what is called industrial revolution. It is not going to go back. Just like your internet, we are not going to go back. You think internet will stop one particular day? It won't stop. Similarly, artificial intelligence won't stop. And you have a lot of misconceptions I'm seeing as chat. AI is not bad. Everybody said internet is bad. And before that, you know, in 1800s, when paper was invented and people started writing, they said books are bad. People are reading, people are getting spoiled by reading books. Okay, those sensational news they will cover, it's not bad. People said that is bad, then they said radios are bad, then they said TVs are bad, then they said internet is bad. Nothing is bad, how you use it. That's it. Artificial intelligence is not bad. It will remove a lot of work from human beings. Just that human beings have to move to next level. Yeah, of course, Fardin, artificial intelligence, it's not replacement, but so many developments will be there. There is no backtrack. It is like evolution. Of course, Hari Prasad, that's a fantastic answer. It's like evolution. There is no backtrack. Yeah. So if you see this screen, students have lots of questions. If you see this screen, you have this pink line going to the top and the gray line going down slowly. What are this? This is digitized companies. Whichever is digitized is going like this, top. Whichever is not digitized, there are still walls, shops of walls, they are going down everywhere. Everywhere it's going like this in any sector. So if you see this is going like this and this is going like this. So it is 100% true that any company which is going the digital way is going to survive, which is not going digital way will close. That's what you see there. Okay. So I'm speaking to how many people? 500 people sitting here. You can see the difference. You can see the difference between here and coming to your college and speak to each class. Okay, Paul, they said that this is artificial intelligence because they are mimicking intelligence. They are making an intelligence which is similar to human brain in artificial way. I mean, it is not natural intelligence, right? That's why they call artificial intelligence. That's it. Usually they really name very, very bad. AI is probably aptly named. I'm not sure why you have this question, but AI is aptly named. Okay, fine. Let me quickly cover these things because you were asking me where all places actually we will be able to see this artificial intelligence. Every single place, public, social sector, healthcare systems, advanced electronics, semiconductors, insurance, telecommunications, aerospace, defense, pharma, healthcare, so many places, every single place that you see, financials, banks, schools, colleges, education, oil, gas, high technology, automotive, transport, logistics, everywhere they'll use artificial intelligence. But one thing you have to know is it is still not mature enough. It is not mature enough. Maybe it will take another 5-6 years to get into every single thing, but everywhere it is there. Everybody is using this to remove people from these regular jobs and put them in innovative jobs. They are removing people from these regular jobs. Even if you are managing 10 people, that 10 people management also, I don't want a human. I want AI to monitor this 10 people job. The human will do more interesting job, more creative job, more interesting job. All these things, they will be moved to. You have to move to interesting, creative, innovative jobs. Regular jobs are taken away by artificial intelligence. Okay. So now let me go to, okay. See, look at how much big. 2.6 trillion value in marketing and sales for artificial intelligence, and $2 trillion in supply chain management and manufacturing. So this is everywhere. So much of value is there everywhere related to artificial intelligence. So now that you're all students, probably this is all where all it is there. Every industry is disrupted. You understood this. Now let me go back and explain to you one aspect of this. Now there are, tell me if you have different, if you know what is data science, differentiation between data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. These 4 things we will talk today. Do you know the differences between all of these things? What is data science? What is machine learning? What is artificial intelligence? What is Internet of Things? No. Okay. Okay. So let us not completely. So let us quickly find out what. So quickly type which class you are in, first year, second year, third year. I will tell you about that. Tell me which class you are in, first year, second year, third year. Excellent. You are. Yeah, this is the time you have to learn. Excellent. Okay. Thanks. I understood where you are all. So got a understanding about which year you belong to. So do you see what is in this? Data science. Behind autos, everywhere you see data science. Okay, first years, you are right place now. Listen carefully, what are all these things? Fardim, artificial intelligence might create its own intelligence and try to take over everything. You just switch off the robo, that's it. It is run by humans, so don't worry. There are misconceptions, as Charita has mentioned. There are a lot of misconceptions. As engineers, you should not fall for it. When cars come, people have said, aeroplanes came, people have said, but engineers should not say this. All right, so let us get back to this. Yeah, switch off the power of robo. That's simple and funny answer, but it listens to what we say. It listens to what we say, okay? A will not rule us, guys. It will not. I don't know if sir is listening. Sir, students have lots of questions. Hope I can extend a little bit more because they're so inquisitive and have a lot of questions.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. You can. No issues.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you see what you see here. Everywhere data science. Learn data here. Learn data there. Why they are saying so? I will cover. I'll just tell you in quick terms. These 4 technologies, what they are, and I'll just cover data science because in the given time we can't cover all those technologies. So let us just see what is data science. So what happens every day? There is so much of data being generated. Okay, big data and data science is, big data is dealing with lot of data. Data science is making some summary of that data. All right, making some summary and then being able to process the data, so much of data. So Hadoop is one big data platform where you deal with lots of data. But then we have other tools and techniques that we have come, which will, it is like a science. You dig deeper, try to do research on it. All these things is data science. Okay. Yeah. So now what is data science and what is machine learning? Let us see. So every day in Instagram, you know how many people post pictures. Lakhs of people post pictures. Okay. Now, next, Harika, I'll also tell you about Internet of Things. Just hold on. I'll tell you all the 4 technologies now. So just hold on. So millions of millions of people post pictures, right? Now I go to YouTube. Millions of videos are posted. I go to Twitter. Millions of tweets are posted. And then now, as I said, lot of live streaming is happening. YouTube, everything, everywhere there are. So how do we store this data? So much of data, so much of videos. Where do we store? Servers. Where are these servers? Deva. Yeah, Govardhan said, Govardhan, or I'm not sure whoever said. Rajashekar, Vamsi, they're all right. It is cloud. Where is cloud? Shyam, Charita, where is cloud? Bhuvan, internet, where is this? Which headquarters? Ganesh, where is this headquarters? Data centers, virtual, Google, excellent. You all know quite a bit actually. So where are these data centers? For example, if you take Facebook data centers, they are in Africa, they are in India, they are in South America, they are in Australia, they are in Europe, everywhere. It is very rare that Facebook is down. It is very rare that Google is down. It is very rare all these are down. Why they are not down? Because they hold a copy of each and every person about yourself and your all connections about everything. This entire image, they will store in 3 different places. If something is down, another will come without your knowledge. So all this data being stored, managing this, all this is cloud. Yeah, managing all this huge data which is happening across is called cloud. But cloud has emerged. You don't need to manage huge data. Even if you start off a small company and you want small space, you can buy from Amazon. You can buy from Microsoft. You can buy even if you want small spaces. Okay. So cloud has emerged from sourcing and storing this much of data to even small data. So it has made it very easy for all of us. So managing this, all things is what is cloud technologies. You don't just understand cloud. As engineers, you all want to understand how to manage all this data, how to manage the backup, how to manage quick retrieval of information, how to manage usage of the space. All these things you will know. That is what is cloud computing. That's point number 1. To delete a Facebook, it takes 30 days is not technical problem, Ganesh. It is their marketing thing. They don't want you to go off. So they'll just hold you on for 30 days because they know you will come back. It is not a technical problem. Like this, they can delete if they want to delete. Okay. So now cloud computing is done. Now you store all this data, but there are millions of lines. How do you process? In text, in school, if you are asked to find out mean, median, standard deviation, how much time you will take? For 10 lines, how much time you will take? 10 values? But these are millions. How will you process? How will you process these millions of lines? Okay. What do you want, Nagmalleswar Reddy? What do you want me to teach? Okay, how do you process these millions? For that, there is a special thing called data science. That has come. Data science has come. So much of data. So our guys, we have Black Buck Center of Excellence where students like you join. Okay. So some students have come up with fantastic projects. So one student has done a project. He has analyzed all the revenues of many companies and he has listed top 500 companies who are making a lot of revenues. He has then analyzed them by sector, by country, by state, which sector is getting in which time more money. All this he has analyzed. So if you have data, you can analyze so much of thing. Okay, you can analyze so much of thing if you have data. Okay, so that is one point. So that is data science. Have a lot of data, analyze, but what do you need? You will need mathematical concepts. You will need statistics. You will need probability. You will need linear algebra, calculus. You will need all these little bit of understanding to be able to analyze that data. So you will need strong foundation for data science. Next level. So next, when you go to next level, which is machine learning, what is machine learning? So machine learning is, now you have data, now you have analysis of the data, what to do next? Now YouTube tells, okay, so Pranati has this kind of understanding. She gives an understanding. Every Monday she listens like this. Morning 8 a.m. she listens like this. 6 p.m. she listens like this. So YouTube has a complete understanding about you. Fine. What to do next? That is what machine learning comes into picture. And machine learning will say, okay, if she is doing like this, then she will like this tomorrow. Machine is learning about Pranati and trying to figure out what she will listen next. That is machine learning. In machine learning, again, you have supervised learning, unsupervised learning. What is supervised learning? What is unsupervised learning? Supervised learning is like from your birth, mom helps you understand this is cat, this is dog, this is rat. So she explains to you everything. She tells you every day. After some time, you will know this is cat, this is dog. That is supervised learning. Unsupervised learning is, say, for example, if I stand up in the class and talk, everybody will laugh. Nobody taught you. You understood by yourself. Right? That is unsupervised learning. There are two types of learnings that a machine can understand: supervised learning and unsupervised learning. So what you'll have to do as part of supervised learning is you have to train a computer. You take a computer, you have this much of data. Let us take an example of credit card. Every bank have credit card applications. People don't pay. So bank doesn't know whom to give credit card, who I should not give credit card. Who I should give credit card, who I should not give credit card. Bank doesn't know. So what bank has to do? It has lot of experience already. Some million people, 10 lakhs people have already applied. Some people have paid, some people didn't pay. So this all information it will give to computer. Okay, it will give to computer and say, now find out this person has degree or not. This person has house or not. This person has job or not. It will make all of these things. Yes, yes, yes. Is he paying regularly? Yes. Yes, no, no. Is he paying regularly? No. Like this, they will build an intelligence. They will build an intelligence. And now if a new application comes, machine itself will say, okay, this person falls in this category. If he falls in this category, he won't pay. So I won't give. Or if person falls in this category, that means he will pay. So I will give. Machine itself will decide. That is, machine is learning. And one fine day, even people with job are not paying. It has to learn, right? Not one time. Every day it will be learning. What is this job? People with jobs are also not paying. So don't give people with jobs, give to people with the degree, people with own house, only to give to them. So it keeps learning and changing every day. That's machine learning. And there are two types, as I said, supervised, unsupervised. Okay. Next, third one is now you have to go to deep learning, computer vision. All this is based on even more complex things. How do you analyze a video? Because it's not text. How do you find out if there is a missing baby? How do you find out that missing baby from a camera footage without a human? That is called computer vision. Then natural language processing. While I am talking, I can order Alexa, play that song for me. Alexa, play that song for me. If I say, it will play. It is understanding natural language. Chatbots are understanding natural language. So these are all advanced, more learning. So you call it deep learning or now automate it. Now automate, bring your mechanical engineering concepts, all automate it. That's what is entire artificial intelligence. So this is step by step, going deeper and deeper, learning complex things. Okay. Now let's get into details about what is data science. Okay. Now, as I said, so much of data is getting collected. So this is a snapshot of how much data is getting collected. Trillions of sensors. Oh, somebody asked Internet of Things. So what is Internet of Things? It is sensors. Data being collected with the help of sensors. Say, for example, I am at home. There are smart cities, smart parking spaces, smart colleges. So I want to go to a mall. So I say I want to go to this mall. It will tell me go and park in B101. How will it know? Because everything is sensors. If a car is parked on somewhere, then the system will know because of the sensors. Your mobile has a lot of sensors. It is generating a lot of data. So all this data which is collected through sensors is called Internet of Things, right? So why there was sensors, there were embedded systems earlier, sensors. Why we are calling Internet of Things is scale. So much of data is being generated. So they are calling it Internet of Things. Based on Internet of Things, smart cities and all these are getting generated. So coming back to this, there are trillions of things, billions of data getting generated. In this, there is structured data. That means if you go and buy in a supermarket, they will note down everything. It is very easy to get information and insights into it. That is structured data. And there will be unstructured data. You post pictures, audio, video, all these things. How will you analyze that? That is unstructured data. And then you have time series data from 1947 to 2021. How is the economy growing in India? How is the employment going in India? This is another time series data. Like this, you have different data and the data is growing. That's why you need special treatment for data science. So there will be volume. That means so much of data is coming. Variety. Variety means different kinds of data, audio, video, all these things are coming. Velocity, the speed at which they are coming. Okay. The veracity, variability, value, how much they are changing, how much speed they are coming, the values are changing. All these things are different dimensions of data, which you have to find out in your data. The data that you have to find out. As I said, our students who are in the Center of Excellence do fantastic projects. They really, really do fantastic projects related to artificial intelligence. Somebody has developed a chatbot which can be used by a 5th class student for solar system. And he didn't generate it just like question and answers in the back of the textbook. This boy has generated it like this. You can ask questions like the child can ask interesting questions. Like, where is Mars? How far is it? How can I go? What will I eat there? How is the structure there? Is there water? Questions which are natural to mind. You ask in any form, it will answer. He made such kind of chatbot. That is what is artificial intelligence. Not asking question and answer like what you have in the textbook. Any kind of question you should be able to answer. Okay. So this all we have discussed. I won't discuss it now. Okay. So data science alone, if you take, so many kinds of jobs that you have to know. Data visualization. That means once you get data, how you show. Data streaming, big data, data storage, where you store the data. Data engineering. What is data engineering? You have so much of data. What you will have to do, you have to organize them in a way so that you can get meaningful inputs. That organizing is data engineering, data cleanup. Okay, time series and analysis, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, all this you will do with the help of data. You know data, all these things you will be able to do. Okay. And where all, that's what they asked me to tell. Where all it is used, as we already spoke, we use in retail, we use in aviation, government. Government is using it left and right now, actually. They are winning elections with the help of data science. BFSI, which means banking and finance, insurance, and health, manufacturing, transportation, education, social media, construction, logistics, media, and entertainment. Everywhere data science is used. Biggest use you can see very well data science in cricket. In minutes, they will be giving you fantastic visualizations. Okay. So what you will have to learn as part of this, I'll quickly go there. So impact, jobs that will be extinct, even actors. You see, even actors, musicians, music directors, even those will become extinct because artificial intelligence is making great looking people, great music. These are, most unconventional. Everywhere you can understand, okay, this sector might be using artificial intelligence. But even these jobs will be extinct. Managers, drivers, farmers, printers, cashiers, travel agents, manufacturing workers. So many jobs will be extinct. Okay. So these are the common applications that you have. Fraud detection. In banks, you can easily find out something is different from this person's regular behavior. Fraud detection you can make. Social media analytics you can make. Who is buying what? Who is watching what? You can see all those things. Customer segmentation, transportation, sentiment analysis. So many applications that you have with data science. Okay. This is important that you will have to. There are skills you have to develop, technologies and knowledge you have to develop. This is an important slide for you. What are the skills that you have to develop? First is you have to love working with data. You have to develop an interest working with data. Then you should have a little bit of statistics skills. You should have exploratory data analysis, like journalists. In even data science companies, they are giving chief investigation officer. Because you have to investigate, drill down, understand. Like a journalist, you have to look into it. Data cleaning and engineering. As I said, you have to organize data in a way that is useful. Machine learning and model building skills. You have to build models for machine learning. These algorithms are called models in machine learning language. You have to build models. Then you have to build data visualization and reporting skills. Then you have to build communication skills. These all skills you have to develop. You have to get into this new world because you are mostly from first, second, third years. You are getting into this. You have to develop these skills. And these are the new roles that are developing, are coming and highly paid. These are all very highly paid roles. Machine learning engineer, data scientist, data analyst, business intelligence analyst, data architect. So many roles that are coming newly, and you have to know all these things. Okay. So this is end to end. You have to prepare data. Then you have to train a model. Then you have to optimize the model. Then you have to evaluate the model, deploy the model. There is a chain of activities that you will have to do if you have to work with data and machine learning. Okay. So these are the algorithms, number of algorithms you have to learn. I said, these are the different algorithms that you have to learn. Linear and logistic regression, KNN, decision trees, SVMs, Bayes. So there are so many algorithms that you have to learn. That is why I mentioned in the beginning, it is not like learning .NET in 30 days or Java in 30 days. It's not like that. You should have some strong fundamentals, and it needs a little bit of time, little bit, maybe. I'll tell you how you can learn. Somebody's asked, so I'll tell you how you can learn. So what will you learn as part of this is probability. You have to know a little bit of probability. You might have heard all of these things in your college, in intermediate, Bayes rule, probability. Then you have to learn a little bit of statistics. Then you have to learn some data pre-processing, how you do data managing. You have to do feature selection, scaling, transformation, dimensionality reduction. So you will have to do a lot of data pre-processing. Then you have to go through distribution and regressions. Then you have machine learning. So these are various steps. Sounds long, sounds difficult, but if good teachers teach you, it is like if somebody teach you in the way which is very practical, it becomes very easy for you to understand. You should put little more effort than normal, than your college effort. You have to put little bit more effort to understand. Okay. So enjoy learning data science. These are the different aspects that you will be learning if you join a data science program. Okay. So there are many questions, guys. Please hold on to those questions. I will teach you in a very, very, very short while. Just give me another 5 minutes to explain to you how you have to learn, because one person was continuously putting me questions, how I have to learn, how I have to learn. So let me complete how I have to learn. Let me tell you how you have to learn so that we can discuss in the next other questions. So let me go and explain to you. This is slight change in the flow that we are going in. We went a little bit technical because the college has asked us to speak in that direction. What is artificial intelligence? What are the kind of opportunities in artificial intelligence? What you will have to learn in artificial intelligence? That's what we have learned till now. Okay. Now let's go into other set. How you have to learn. So somebody was continuously asking me, ma'am, how do I learn C? How do I learn C? So I'll also tell you how you can learn teach. Okay, so sir has mentioned that we have more time. So let me look at these questions. Will the questions in interview about maths involved in algorithms map? Of course, yes. In many interviews have changed now. Earlier, you get good communication skills, good aptitude, you get job. Now interviews have changed. Questions are involved with mathematics and algorithms, as some Naga Madhu or somebody. So they were asking continuous EN data structure is very important. Data structures is damn important, very, very, very important in interviews. And they will be the math behind algorithms you have to know. Okay. We have to keep updating ourselves even after completing the learning. Rashekar, that is forever. You have chosen a field, which is engineering, which is always evolving. So you have to keep learning. You can't be that lazy boy who learns once, puts everything there and then relax. No. What happens if you go and search Cognizant, Infosys, just search now in your internet, it will say 10,000 people laid off, 20,000 people laid off. They are laid off. Why? Laid off means they're remote from office because they are not able to learn new technologies. You have to learn new technologies if you want a continued employment for a long time. All right. Basically, machine learning are 3 types: supervised, unsupervised, and yeah, reinforcement learning. Yes, reinforcement learning is also there. That means it is not just you learn, you also have to take feedback. That means you say you have cats, you have dogs. So a lot of pictures I'm giving to the computer and you identify which one is cat, which one is dog. By mistake, what this computer has done, one dog it has taken and it said it is cat. Then I said, hey, you are doing wrong. That is not cat, it is a dog. Then computer will learn, oh, she is saying it is wrong. Okay, if the features are like this, like this, like this, from next time onwards, I will say it is cat. Like that, it will learn. That is reinforcement learning. And idea how to become Professor Nagamalleswar Reddy, you are behind C. Share link for certification. Technical disadvantage, does robotics mean only making of robots or something beyond that? Robotics mean only making of, no, it's not just making of robots. There are a lot of things. Automation is not just robots. No. Am I saying it is artificial intelligence is intelligence. You are cloning human intelligence. You are making machines think like human beings. It's not just robotics. Okay. Somebody said reinforcement learning. Okay, so those are the questions. Thank you for all the questions, and hopefully I will answer other questions also as we go more into this. How can we get job in AI? Can you say briefly about IoT? I did said, right? What were you doing, Sissy? I mentioned what is IoT? I have mentioned to you. Python is trending over than Java is there for some time, but Python, everybody is moving towards it. Maths is everything. You have to have mathematical foundations. Okay, fine. All right. So let's go into the next session, next part of the session, where we are moving into this. Okay. Employees or entrepreneurs? So this question is an interesting question. Employees or entrepreneurs we'll take in the end. So let me show you some news, guys. I'll show you certain news. You can also type employability of engineers. What does it say? 80% of Indian engineers not fit for jobs. So they are saying 80% of Indian engineers not fit for jobs. If you, I searched again, 2 days back I searched, I got articles which say only 5% engineers are fit for jobs. So that's a dangerous position to be in. That means 80% are not even fit to work. You can just type, it is not just that I picked one. You will get some 20 lakhs responses from Google, which will say these things. So we are not enough to get the jobs in these areas. Because it is for students, because of students, Rishi. It is not because of faculty. Faculty are doing their job fantastically of laying foundations for you. You have to learn the skills, technologies, tools related to those foundations outside your college. No, it's not faculty. So people say the syllabus is outdated, all these things. No, syllabus, first principles should be strong. If your first principles are not strong, when you go out, you cannot learn more. You cannot switch technologies. Under me, a lot of people were working. If they started in .NET, they will retire in .NET only. They can't learn another technology because their first principles are not strong. You have to take your college and faculty seriously because they teach you first principles, foundations. The fundamentals have to be strong. What is problem is the students, because they are not putting any effort out. They are not learning like engineering students. They are learning like school students. What college says, I learn that much only. No, put your additional effort. Learn some more things. Understand what's happening in the engineering in the country. You have to put more effort. Okay. So let us go into this, some more news. Look at the economy. First time in probably 70 years, Indian economy has gone to negative growth, -7%. All our previous governments made sure we were 5% growth, 7% growth. We even got 10% growth. Now, this time we are -7% growth. What happens when something is -7%? The economy is -7% growth. Economy is not growing means people are not buying because they don't have money. If people are not buying because they don't have money, then companies don't get money. If they don't get money, they will not be making more things. If they are not making more things, that means they won't give employment to people like us. If they don't give employment, there is money for us. We can't buy. We can't buy, they can't sell. This is a circle, vicious circle, becoming bad and bad and bad. Of course, some point of time, government will intervene and make it better. But the situation is bad. That's what I want to tell. What is happening is there is no skills, no job market. Okay, there are no skills, no job market. Then what you should do? You answer me. So many questions I have. Now I have questions for you. There are no skills, no job market. What will you do? try to learn new skills, obtain skills to create market. Rishi, you can have other aims. Let us talk about that also. Let us talk about that also. So there was question about startups. There was, so, okay, before we go there, let us talk about startups. And startups is a very fancy term among students. But do you know how many students have really started off? How many students have really started off after their engineering? Nobody will. It's just a fancy term, because startup is not where you earn money. It's just fancy to think about it. It takes some 7 to 8 years to stand on your feet. Everybody of your classmates will be earning 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, sometimes 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs. Not even 1%. No, not even one person. Not even one person. Unless that boy didn't get job anywhere, he puts a cafe, coffee shop or something like that. Not even one person, not 1%. Okay, so let's talk about it. What happens when you start off? Do you have that required skills? Do you know how to market? Do you have network? Can you connect to CEOs of different companies and sell to those people? Do you have required finances? Do you have requirement team? Do you know how to manage your teams? Do you know how to manage operations? Do you know how to keep the customer satisfied? And most importantly, most of us have to make a living. In India, we have to make a living. We have to earn decently and have money. Instead, in startup, you don't get money at all. Instead, you have to pay. So startup is fancy. There is another option. You can go to outside India. You can go to for higher education or MTech. Who goes for higher education? These people also have a need to get same skills as for job. Otherwise, what will happen? You go to a poor university just for the sake of going outside India. You go to a poor university, and even there, it will not be a very good life. You have to get the same skills, whether it is job or whether it is higher education. And you all have to remember, US is not welcoming. After you spend 50 to 60 lakhs in your masters, they are sending you back. Okay, so go to the next one, which is MTech. So MTech, who usually do is, you are interested in deep research. That you want to take a topic and keep understanding more about it, find out new things, deep research. Second thing is, you are very passionate about teaching. You want to become a faculty teacher like your teachers. You want to become. These are the two things. Otherwise, people who are going to MTech, unless these two are the reasons, people who are going to MTech are just buying time because they haven't got job in their college. It is very important for all of you to have this job in your hand before you go out of your college. As Rishi has asked me, is it main? It's not main, but it is a necessary fallback even if you have other plans. So everybody should have a job offer before they pass out. Otherwise, what will happen? You know, you can check right now in AICTE how many students have joined engineering college, engineering education this year. 32 lakhs. You single person are trying to compete with 32 lakhs people. How much good skills you should have, you tell me. I don't need to tell you. You tell me how much good skills and effort you have to put to get a good job. Name of the college on certificate, it doesn't decide. It doesn't decide, but definitely some colleges or some premier institutes like IITs have already got approval from corporate. They think if I get a student from this college, then this student is good. That's what they think. So it's not everything, but people have some conceptions, misconceptions related to colleges. Okay. Okay. So now you guys only tell me before I go to the next slides. No skills, no job market. what you have to do, many people have said we have to skill up. Okay, you have to skill up. What skills you have to know? What are those skills which you have to learn? Trending skills, communication skills, logical skills, coding, leadership, on demand and required for world, technical, unique skills, good interaction skills, programming skills. Okay, all of you are first, second, third years. And even I bet you are 11th, 12th class also, you will know all these things. I'm very glad problem solving, critical thinking, technical knowledge, soft skills. I'm very glad all of you know that. Now, next question is, what are you doing to learn this? Heyman, that is the problem I'm saying. Without your strong fundamentals, you just learn a framework. I also saw many people joined under me in say Satyam or Wipro. They are very poor workers. First time layoff, they will go out. You should have strong fundamentals first. Okay. So let us go into that detail. So who are we? We are Blackbuck Center of Excellence, and I am the founder of Blackbuck Center of Excellence. I worked for quite some time. Don't ask me why I have started up and telling you that it is difficult. It is difficult. I started in 2013 and I still don't make money. Okay, all my classmates from ISB. So let me tell you brief about it. I'm also engineer like you. I worked in companies called Satyam, Wipro, and Microsoft for 11 years. Mostly in US and UK. Then I took a break and did MBA from institution called ISB. ISB is World 11 for management education. And okay, so World 11 in education in ISB. And it opened a whole different world for me. Because who used to come and teach me? Teachers, as guest lecturers. Mukesh Ambani used to come. Adi Godrej used to come. Ministers used to come and speak in the classes. Okay, so it was great education. Nobody taught in class like how your teachers teach. We have to go prepared. They used to give us material beforehand, prepare for case studies, and then go to class and then look at those questions and answer those questions. The teacher will just guide me through those questions. So the learning was really fantastic. The exposure was very big. Okay. After that, I worked as a CEO for a different company and then started my own in 2013. This is Blackbuck is with an aim and ambition that whatever I have, this industry kind of education, case study kind of education, practical education in ISB, I wanted to bring to all the students. But it is difficult to everyone to get it to ISB because one thing is very high GMAT score, like GRE, GMAT is a score. I got 700 because I'm a woman. I traveled around the world. I have a lot of experience. I got into ISB even with 700 scores. But boys should get more than 730, which is very, very difficult. Probably few people, maybe 500 people will get in India totally. And even in the world, very few people will get. And second difficulty is you have to pay 45 lakhs per year for MBA. How many of us will be able to pay? We can't pay. So that is why I wanted to bring Blackbuck, through Blackbuck, this kind of industry kind of education, practicals and project oriented and awareness. They know everything in what is happening in the technology world. I wanted to bring all that to all the students. So that's why we have established Blackbuck. It is biggest network of centers of excellence. Just in the Telugu states, we are 40 centers of excellence. We are 40 centers of excellence and we are tied up with Computer Society of India, IT Department of Telangana and also Andhra Pradesh, we are tied up. And you see something called IIT Hyderabad, NASCOM and HICIA. NASCOM and HICIA are corporate. They are corporate, combination of all the corporates registered with them. Okay. So we have tie-ups with all of them. We teach executives also. Even vice presidents learn from us. Okay, but we are not just that teaching people. We are not training people. I believe all the training should end in a logical conclusion, which is a stable career, stable income. I believe we all should have that. Okay, so that is what college also is trying. You have to, guys. Some people will be dropping as we go on, but most important things you have to take away from this session is that you all have to get a job while you are in the college. You have to get a job. Otherwise, there are around, as I said, 32 lakhs people competing with you outside and nobody will bother. No training institute will bother. Okay, so this is one important thing you have to take away from this session. Take a screenshot of this and learn step by step. So somebody was already always asking C and data structure, C and data structure. So what will Blackbuck do is, Blackbuck will take you step by step in each of this, in the fundamentals, in projects, internships, in employability skills, interview skills, and then premier skills. Where you stand will depend, will give you what kind of income you will get. First important is C and data structures. As I said, all the new technologies and interviews are dependent on C and data structures. And we will teach you in a very, very, very innovative way. As somebody was saying, I want to teach. He doesn't want to learn. He wants to learn as well as teach. How you have to teach is come up with innovative way. Our sir, I was in one particular class, Shivang Trivedi. So he was teaching in a way with the help of a chessboard. Data structures, he was teaching with the help of a chessboard. So it was fantastic to listen to that class also. Even for me, it was fantastic to listen to that class. So another important one you have to learn is Python, because Python is just drag and drop. It is not a complex subject. It is drag and drop, very easy. You just have to know what you have to do. Take that library, drop, it will work. And invariably, all companies are moving towards Python, whatever technology they are using. So learn Python very well. Next is web development. As somebody has mentioned, it will only evolve but not go anywhere, which is web development. It is basic duty of each one of you to learn web development and databases. This is the first step you cross. But wait, unless you cross the second step, you can't hope for a very good job. What is the second step? The second step is projects and internships, which is very important. If somebody asks me, tell about yourself, tell about your company, tell about how many projects you have done, how many people used to report to you, so much I can talk about my experience. What will they ask you in interview? One thing only. There is only one thing in your resume to be talked about, which is projects and internships, which you will have to do very, very, very well. Okay, so don't miss this. You have to do your projects very well. Don't do the same thing, like take it from seniors, buy it from somewhere, and do same old library management system, college management system, hospital management system. Don't do those. Come up with great projects. Okay, so what we will do as Blackbuck is, as I told you, these are fundamentals we will teach you to every student. C and data structures, Python, web development and databases. Every student will know all these things. And next, every semester, student will be completing from practicals, exercises and project. You will be having 3-4 projects in your resume, not one, 3-4 interesting projects. Who will teach? Great teachers will teach you, but also you will have mentors who will help you complete that project. You can ask them, sir, I'm stuck up at this point. They will help you how to complete that. Okay. Then job skills are very important. Aptitude and verbal skills are still important. But most importantly, conversations are important. I know lots of students are there for improving their communication skills in Blackbuck Center of Excellence. We also conduct something called Campus Voice. Campus Voice happens every Sunday and students talk a lot in that. They try to improve their communication skills. But what I notice is knowing English and being able to talk with confidence is different from holding a conversation. When can you hold a conversation? You can hold a conversation when you know the subject in deep. You have to know the subject in deep. That means you should have awareness. That means you have to listen to a lot of people, like how you are listening right now from me. You have to listen from a lot of people. You have to attend webinars. Okay. Next is mock interviews, interview skills. So what happens, say, for example, you want to become a musician. You sit in the class, they will teach you music notes. Will you become musician? You won't become. You have to practice. Interviews are also like this. So what Black Buck Center of Excellence does is we also bring you mock interviews. There will be lots of mock interviews conducted and you will become habituated to interviews over a period of time. And finally, you have to become problem solvers. Somebody was typing that you have to become problem solvers and not simple programmers. It is difference between electrician and electrical engineer. Electrician will just put a bulb. Electrical engineer will plan how to light up a stadium, how to light up a theater. Like that, you have to become problem solvers, not those simple programmers. As somebody, Dinesh, I think, has mentioned, these people go out of the corporate very fast, who just know some tools, techniques. He mentioned frameworks, only know few things and join. Those people will go out of job very fast. You have to become problem solvers, understand things in holistic way. Okay. So this you should take with yourself. Okay. Next, how do you go step by step? Let's see story of Radhika, how she started preparing early. She started preparing just 2 hours, 4 hours in a week, 2 hours a day. This is more important for you because you should not think it is very difficult for you. Okay, somebody saying hire me at the moment. Now at this moment, we have around 40 interns whom we pay. If you are a member of Center of Excellence and you are doing very well, we'll definitely hire. Okay. So apart from that, let's get back to how Radhika has prepared. So what she has done is she has completed certifications, internships, projects. She improved her awareness and attended mock interviews. Who will say no to her? No one will say no to her. No one will say no to her if you do all these things. And how to do that? How to go? Look at her resume. Usually resumes are very bad. Remember, your resumes have to be good. No spelling mistakes, no alignment mistakes. Okay. So you look at her courses completed, her internships, projects, technical skills. You have to gain all these things before you complete. Don't say that college hasn't given me opportunity. You do your bit. If you do your bit, college can give opportunity. Otherwise, they can't give. Okay. So how to make such a profile? How do you make such a profile? How to go through that step by step to a high paying career? How to learn C and data structures? How to know emerging technologies? How to have awareness of what is happening in the technology world? What happens when you join your Center of Excellence? Black Buck Center of Excellence is you have to learn first these 5 technologies. You will be taught these 5 technologies. What is AI? What is data science and machine learning? What is cloud cybersecurity? What is IoT? What is web development? So we will be training you in all these 5 technologies, 20 hours each. So you will get 5 certifications of each. You'll get 5. And then next term, you will be able to, next year, when you go to the next year, you know what are these 5 technologies. In these 5 technologies, which one I should pursue? Which one is very interesting to me? Some person will choose cybersecurity. Some person will choose IoT. Someone will choose web development. Somebody will choose machine learning. You will choose one. And in that, you can become expert. We will teach you every year 200 hours doing projects and problems and exercises. Python is not subject. It's a language. I said it's an example. It's a small pen kind of thing if you want to write poetry. Python is just a language, a tool. It is not a subject. Cybersecurity is also good, Shariaz Khan. You've been asking me, cybersecurity is good. Okay, so you can choose after knowing all those things, and then you do lots of projects. You can submit as college project, you can become expert, you can confidently attend interviews, and your resume becomes perfect with this. So you will improve your chances of placement really high, that too in the higher paying jobs. Okay, so now these are also important. That's what I mentioned to you. There are some important subjects that you have to learn to become problem solver and not just programmer. These are those subjects. Entrepreneurship is like a mini MBA. You can also learn design thinking. You can learn Six Sigma. All these things. So how many certificates you got? 5 certificates and 5 certificates. You can get 10 certifications. How rich your resume will look. 10 certifications, practice, projects, and 50 industry webinars. And 50 mock interviews. All this you can complete. Okay. Now you have great confidence and you improve your chances of placement by 90%. Initially, from that time, I'm seeing most of you are saying that college is responsible. College is not responsible. They are doing you additional service by getting placements. They're doing additional service. Their responsibility is teaching, textbook, and strong foundations. That's it. Rest is your responsibility. You ask yourself what you are doing. Okay. Now let me show Blackbuck. When you become Center of Excellence member, when you become Center of Excellence member, you will have access to an app. I will tell you guys. So you will have access to an app where you can create a great profile and also download. You can add your certifications, courses, all these you can add and download your profile. And you can make lots of groups. You can make contests. You can participate in hackathons. You can actually take, here is where we post jobs. As I said, we have our own placement officers who will post jobs. And you have learning management system where if you are not able to attend a class directly, you can come and learn here. Okay, so someday you will not be able to attend them. So all these things happen. Lots of jobs will be posted. Lots of companies will come. So much you will get all in the Center of Excellence. You don't need to do anything additional. Everybody need guidance. As I said, the Prime Minister need guidance. Chief Ministers need guidance. There is one guide for everyone. Okay. So every one of you will. So now you tell me this is Blackbuck Center of Excellence. And what you will have to do to become Center of Excellence, member of Center of Excellence is you have to take membership. Like your Netflix membership, you have to take membership. I will tell all those questions. Let me complete my presentation. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, so you have to take a membership. So you now understand what all you get as part of membership. So you have to help me fix a price for the membership. So nothing else. If I say only one-time fee you have to pay and rest of the 1 year, all these things which I have explained, 10 certifications, projects, a course which is as good as University of California, and then become an expert at something, interviews, jobs, webinars, all these things you will get. So what should I price it at? Help me to, I'll not charge the exactly same thing to you, but I just wanted to know what is in the minds of the students. How much should I price this? It's not for you guys, just tell me. Some of you, Rishi especially, wanted to become 800 per month. Netflix charges 800 per month. Okay. All right. Free. And money, nothing in the world comes for free money. You get Instagram free. They are selling you. They are selling your information to so many people. Okay, you have to see who all teach you, you know. Cloud is taught by a person, IBM head for cloud in India. India head he is. So how much they will charge? We'll have to pay to them. We'll have to pay to mentors. We'll have to pay to operations people. So many people we have to pay. Even for Zoom call, we have to pay. 100, 5,000 per month. Okay, it's not fun and it's really serious. You should pay something, otherwise how will you get something? Nothing is free in this world. They really sell you if something is free. Why you don't pay for TV connection? You don't pay for your newspaper? Okay, got it? Okay, all right. So I said everybody was saying monthly 1,000, monthly 1,500, 2,000, 5,000, everything. But what we have decided, because it is based on my intention that everybody should get access to this, the charge for this is rupees 2,000 per year, not per month. For entire year, you pay 2,000 and all those things, 10 certifications or the projects, the learning, the live classes, the platform where you get jobs, webinars, mock interviews, everything you will get free. Not even 1 paisa will be charged in that entire year. It's just 2,000 rupees. Okay. So that's about it. You have to tell me if you want to be 90% confident before I leave and take your questions. I want you guys to think about it, that there is a difference between spending and investment. You go to a hotel, restaurant with your parents, with your family, or with somebody, 2,000 is completed like that, which is spending. But if you put 2,000 rupees in stock market, that will become 20,000, 2 lakhs, 20 lakhs. You don't know how much it will become. That is investment. So there is spending, there is investment. So you have to invest in yourself, because this is life. You have paid lots in intermediate to get into an engineering college, just to get into another engineering college. You can pay just 2,000 rupees to get into a job. AI will not be completed in 20 hours, Ritesh. It is foundation. You will get through another 2 years of expertise, which is 200 hours. Okay, so that's about it. Before I leave, what you have to do is, for your attendance sake, or whether if you want to take hold of your career, of your life, get into a premier job, you will have to click that link and fill it. Click that link and fill it. Mention if you are interested or not. I know that you all have to speak to your parents or sir or HOD or the college. You have to let them know. So you just fill in the form to be in touch with us. Our guys will call you back. We will keep in touch. We will send you information. If something is coming free, that also we will be sending to you. So to keep in touch, you can fill it. One stream only you will get, Harshita. You will get only one stream, but during first year, you will be able to understand all those. But if you know, I am very clear, ma'am, I want to join cybersecurity, you can directly join cybersecurity expertise. Rashikar, I already put it so low, you can't imagine how much losses I make. How discount over that is difficult, but just wait on, because we are okay. You fill in the form. Probably somebody will get in touch with you. You can ask them. So some person was asking about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is very important. We have a very great teacher who is working for RBI. He's working for Reserve Bank of India for cybersecurity. So he is teaching cybersecurity. I don't know what your question is. It is just securing systems, securing banks or even social network. Recently, our Zoom call was bombed. So somebody hacked. So against this hacking, everything is going on from home, work from home, learn from home. So you have to protect all your systems. That's what is cybersecurity. And it has very good future, very good future. But one thing is, cover all of yourselves with web application development in this course. Definitely learn web application. Dimpu, it's one-time payment because it's just 2,000. Just get the membership and you'll get 1 year. We have 5,000 Very, very, very happy students who speak to us regularly, who think it is also their platform, their business. That's what they think. Around 5,000 students. So Shamlal, you will get 10 certifications, 5 in foundations, and 1 or 2 you will get in your expertise, and then 4 or 5 you will get those professional certifications, which I mentioned, digital marketing, then Six Sigma, all those things, additional 5 you will get. Any other questions, students? I see lots of questions, lots of participation.
Ma'am, students are asking if there is any sort of placement guidance also.
Definitely, sir. What will happen is we have lots of tests related to verbal and aptitude, and student will be able to see where he stands with respect to other students in the college, in the state. So the student will be able to learn a lot related to even this. There will be hackathons. There will be taught lot of practice exercises, and then there will be hackathons. The student can keep on checking where he stands. Okay, so there will be a lot of practices, exercise, and then projects, lot of things you will be going through. And as I said, mock interviews, communication skills, all these things you will be having. So everything will be there. It is how much you can put. So somebody asked me, so this is just 4 hours a week, right? Friday and Saturday, 6 to 8 p.m. or 7 to 8:30 p.m. It doesn't clash with college timings. So 6 to 8 p.m. or 7 to 8:30 p.m. so many students can learn. So what is stopping them? Is there any competitor for this? No. Your laziness is stopping. That's it. Okay. Any other questions related to technology or related to the course? Will I be able to go for an interview of AI just after? 100% Ritesh, you will be able to go for the interview and clear it.
Ma'am, can you please again show how to be a member of this?
Sir, member of this is just go to the blackbugs.com/register. So if they go to this and fill this, immediately they will get a welcome call from Blackbug team, and they will be given 1-year calendar on what is the program for them each month. And again, every month they will be sending, but they will be getting course material, calendar, welcome call. They will be added to a WhatsApp group. All the process starts as soon as they become the member, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Guys, please let us know if you have any other questions. What is the last date to register?
So there is no last date. Every month we'll start a new batch. Just that you will be losing time and the syllabus gets reduced and reduced. So the earlier the better. We are saying the best time is first years, next best time is second years, and it is high time for third years. So everybody will have a different syllabus. If you join in first year, different syllabus, second year, because time, you don't have much time. Third years have to put more effort. So first years put 4 hours a week. Third years will put almost 6 to 7 hours a week. You will have to put more effort. So in case you want to join, but you're still not sure, you just fill this form and the team will get back to you. And then probably from there, you can take next steps. Also, we will speak to sir. I'll speak to sir, and somebody wants group discount, sir. So later I will speak to you based on that.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Guys, we are always at your service. If anything you need from Blackbug, we are ready to cooperate with you guys and speak to them regarding these things. Okay.
Rudrateja, you just woke up, Rudrateja. I'm sure because entire 2 hours was on that, on the subjects. So it is AI, data science, machine learning, Internet of Things, cybersecurity, cloud, and web development. These are the subjects.
Okay. Guys, any other questions?
Harshita, data science includes, as I said, mathematical concepts, which is statistics, linear algebra, calculus. Then it also includes a little bit of data structures knowledge and algorithms, lots of algorithms related to regression. And there are some terminologies and there are lots of algorithms. Then you will know tools. You will learn Python. You will learn certain tools of visualization, something called Tableau to show visualization. Okay, Rudratej, understood. So cybersecurity is part of it, Sheikh Anal. I was telling this always. Cybersecurity is important, is a growing field, and a lot of opportunities in it. And really very big companies are focused on cybersecurity. So it's a good field. What you said just now, ma'am, about subjects, you will teach all, yes. No, all the subjects, first foundations we will teach. Once you understand, you will have to choose an expertise. You can't become expert in all. It's not recommended. If you want, you can listen to all the recorded courses, but it's not recommended because our lifetime is not sufficient to master only one. So all the technologies is not recommended. This certificate is useful for job interviews, definitely. It is useful because we are tied up with Computer Society of India, which is a professional body well known across the country. Thank you, Praveen, for listening it till the end. Hopefully you have learned. Very important for you is that pyramid. And most importantly, you have to pass out with a job. As I said, lakhs of students are there outside without job. Don't be in that pool. Once you are in that pool, nobody will take care. I am listening to sir I didn't come across such kind of helpful sirs. So I'm listening to him. So make use of your college setup, your training and placement officers. Everybody is working to you. So in college, you have to get a job. So with that, thank you all for listening to me. Hopefully I helped you learning some things at least in this webinar. And hopefully I look forward to have a batch from your college separately so that we can have great learning sessions, especially for you guys. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, sir. This is a great college. All the best to the college.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving the overview of all the trust areas that are presently there in the market. And you have given all of the industrial overview of how the organization works and different situation of the trust areas at present. I have said about various programming languages indeed. And I hope so. This is one of the best course I have heard in recent days with so many certifications. Not only certifications, mainly regarding the knowledge and the types of lectures, interactive lectures you prepared for a 1 year time. I think so. This is one of the best opportunity for the students. Definitely, if any of the students reach me, we try to make a group from MITS Black Buck. And definitely it will be a helpful opportunity for the students also, I believe. And once again, I thank you for the cooperation and giving a 2-hour webinar on the recent trends, not only in AI, covering all the topics. Thank you very much, ma'am. Again, thank you very much.
Sir, please pass on our sincere thanks to even HOD ma'am and principal sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Definitely will do that. Thank you, guys. If you have still any doubts regarding this course, you can please fill up the form. Okay, you can please fill up the form that is there in the chat box. Okay. And the persons from the Blackbuck will reach you and you can discuss with them. And one more thing, ma'am has also initiated that if you guys come in group, okay, they are ready to provide some sort of discounts also. Each course 2,500. No, Govardhan, it is around some 2,000, I hope so. Not each course. Completely all courses cost 2,000. Yeah. 2,000 for a year. Yes, right. Thank you very much again, ma'am.
Sir, thank you. Thanks,
Thank
students.
you very much, Prashant sir. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day all. Bye. But before leaving, I request all of the participants to please fill the feedback form that is present in the chat box. Okay, there is a feedback form tiny URL/MITCOE. All of you please fill this feedback form before you leave. Thank you, Anuradha ma'am, Prashant sir, Gaurav sir, and Dr. Anand sir for having here. Thank you very much, sir. Guys, in a minute, we'll be closing the session. Make sure that all of you fill the link that is present in the chat box before you leave. Exactly at 4:55, the session will be closed. Thank you very much, dear students, for participating. And I hope so you gained at least a big knowledge regarding the same. Okay. Do develop the skills. Do develop the skills. How could we form a group from MITS? Let us say you and your friends are interested. Okay. You guys, you can contact me or you can contact the Blackbuck group directly. Such that, sir, Prashant sir, Gaurav sir, are you there? Anybody? Ma'am, Sweta ma'am? Yeah, ma'am, if possible, can you provide them any contact number such that the students will contact you directly? Yes, guys, you can have a contact here or in the chat box. You can contact. I hope so, guys. This is a good opportunity for learning. Make use of the learning very well. Invest in you such that you can gain more tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a good day. Ma'am, can we leave? Sweta ma'am? Yes. Okay, guys. Have a good day. Bye all. Jai Hind.